everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel you will find a variety of things including keto meals, keto recipes, and some protein sparing modified fast recipes as well. If you are new here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join the family here. And for all of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here, watching my videos, sharing my videos. It helps my channel so much and I'm forever grateful, and welcome back. So today I am going to be making my protein sparing modified fast bread recipe again that I have adapted from my last recipe. This all started, I obviously want to give credit to Maria Emmerich, and this recipe is adapted from that. There's many variations on YouTube, trying different ingredients, different measurements and everything, and this last one that I came up with, that I changed some of the measurements, the ingredients from the original recipe, this is my new go-to. So I will have this recipe always linked in my description. It is on my website, but I will always have it linked in the description. If you want my older recipe that I have been using prior to this one that I know a lot of you love, go back on my older videos and you will be able to still find that recipe. I haven't totally deleted it off of those videos, but I have replaced this recipe on my website because it is the best. It is my favorite. However, making it in the silicone loaf pan didn't exactly work out perfectly. There was a lot of shrinkage in the bottom. It kind of overflowed on the top. So I want to try to make this more of like a perfect loaf. That is my goal. I am on a mission to do that. So today, that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using my metal pan here that I have, my metal loaf pan. I've had this one forever. I lined it with parchment paper and we are going to see how that works. So let's get started on making our new and improved protein sparing modified fast bread recipe. All right, we are going to make this together since it is a new recipe and there isn't a lot of people that may have watched my last recipe where I had made it. I am going to make it once again because it's good practice for myself as well, because I'm not used to making this recipe on a repetitive basis. I've made it about 3 times now, so I also like resorting and making my recipe once again. So we will have our oven preheated to 325. It is just getting started on that, so you may hear it beep as we start this recipe, but we are starting all in one mixing bowl. All in one mixing bowl. We are not doing anything different except for leaving our egg yolks out, because our egg yolks will be done at the very last once we get stiff peaks and get our mixture all nice and voluminous, and then we will be adding our egg yolks at the very end. So we will just have those aside, but everything else goes into one mixing bowl. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to combine all of the dry ingredients in our mixing bowl. So our first ingredient is 1/2 cup of the egg white protein powder. So make sure that you have the egg white protein powder, not just protein powder. That will make a difference. You cannot, well, I shouldn't say you cannot, but it definitely works out better, obviously, with the egg white protein powder. All right, next we are going to put in our tablespoon of nutritional yeast. So we will do that next. And I buy all of my ingredients in bulk off of Amazon. I always have them linked in my description. So I bought the biggest packages of everything. So this was the biggest package that I could find that I ended up buying. It has lasted me a long time, but I always have those linked down in the description, and you can order them all off of Amazon. Next, we will be getting allulose. I buy my allulose off of iHerb. Usually allulose is really hard to find here in Canada, but that is where I get my allulose. My cream of tartar I always get off of Amazon as well. I get a big package and it has lasted me a very long time. So we are adding 2 teaspoons of that. This is only a half of a teaspoon measuring spoon. So we will need 4 of those. And then we will also need 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum. And once again, I just have a half of a teaspoon measuring spoon here. So I will do 4 of those. And then also we will need 2 teaspoons of the gelatin. And this is what the new ingredient is that I started using. It was totally by accident, but I have been absolutely loving it. It gives a good texture for the bread as well too. So we will add 2 teaspoons of the gelatin. There we go. And we will also be adding a dash of salt. I always use the REDMOND's real salt, and I use all of their seasonings as well too. They are very inexpensive as well if you are interested. My favorite is probably their seasoning salt is really good. Next time I am definitely buying the bigger packaging, but I always have that linked in the description as well. All right, so that is it for all of our dry ingredients. We are gonna give that a nice stir. And then we are going to separate our 3 eggs and our yolks. So I'm gonna put the yolks in here, and the egg whites we need a cup of. So I'm gonna put the egg whites from the egg in there and then top it up with my egg white cartons that I get from Costco. So that is where I get my egg whites all the time, is from Costco, and they have been working really well. All right, then we are gonna just top it up with our egg white carton. There we go. And then we are going to put that, the egg yolks we will set aside, and then the egg whites we are putting in with our mixture. All right, and then we are just gonna give that a good stir just to combine everything. All right, there we go. And now we are gonna put it in our mixer, and we are gonna have it on high for about 4 to 5 minutes. Our egg yolks one at a time, and literally we are just going to stir that for only like maybe 10 seconds after all the egg yolks are in our bowl. All right, so we are just going to give this a little bit of a stir because we do have a little bit of egg yolk just on the side, and we are going to want to make sure that that is all well combined into our mixture. So let's put this all in our loaf pan. All right, I just took this out of the oven. So it looks really good. It still does that weird thing on the side though. I don't know how to fix that yet. But I realized that I screwed up my own recipe. I ended up only putting a cup of egg whites when I was supposed to put a cup and a half of egg whites in my new recipe. It even says that on the recipe, but I screwed up. I messed up once again. So, but we are gonna take this out. I'm actually gonna take it out of the parchment paper, let it cool on a cooling rack, and we will slice it up in about an hour. All right, it is a little bit later, and you guys, it's still sunk in. Look at that. It's still really sunk in. Hopefully you guys can like really tell that. I have no idea. I am at a loss on why it still stinks in, because everybody was saying that the metal pan worked really well, but unfortunately it still didn't work for me. So I don't know, any other suggestions? I didn't use any spray, any olive oil spray. I didn't use any of that on my spatula or nowhere. I literally didn't do anything except for the parchment paper exactly how you seen me do it. So I really don't know if maybe I need to add something, but that's too bad. But let's check out this loaf, because I do like the shape of it better, I must say. Well, somewhat. It still does that. It still does that weird thing like it was doing before. So also, if anybody knows how to fix that, I am determined to make this a perfect loaf, and I just don't seem to be getting there. So it gets better a little bit, but it's still really, really wonky. I want it to look like a proper bread loaf is my goal. So it's still good, even though I messed up on my egg whites amount. It's still really good. Now it's just getting to the point of cosmetic things. The recipe is good, but I really need to perfect all of the shrinkage and the shape. So please leave your suggestions down below in the comments, because I'm not sure exactly what else to try, but it's literally like caving in. That's the issue. It looks fine when it comes out of the oven. It was in a nice shape, but then it just kind of falls. So please help, because I do want to get this perfected, and I'm kind of running out of options on what else I can do to make this like a perfect loaf of bread. So we will keep on working on it. So thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.